So watching the clips of Jasmine 1 versus 20 is definitely one of the things that I have ran into doing what I do when it comes down to helping people reprogram their subconscious beliefs. And the interesting thing that I have found that has been very common is that when we constantly repeat something over and over again, it becomes who we are and it becomes a fact in our mind. And watching these young ladies repeat the Bible and the verses over and over again without taking out the time, and no pun against them, but without taking out the time to dive in deeper, is eye opening in so many ways because I used to be one of them. And understanding that what we have been given when it comes down to the Bible or the Quran or any religious books that have been created as a doctrine, how it puts us in a position where we are not true critical thinkers. And in what I do as my practice, helping people understand what's going on in the subconscious part of their brain, critical thinking is required in order for you to break those generational curses or those generational traumas that may be holding you back from living the life that you want. Recently, I had someone who had HIV come onto our page, and this is kind of like not abnormal because many of the people that come to my page that joins our lives or books a one-on-one session with me either come with some form of illness, be it mental, physical, or something that is stopping them from moving forward in their lives. And this person has HIV, and then we've had people who've had cancer of all kinds, and then we also have people who have lupus, MS. These are debilitating issues that are preventing them from moving forward. And the thing that I found that was very common is that many of the people who have these diseases or dealing with these diseases through my practice, many of them come from the church. The idea of what the church and the traditions that the church has given them are the very things that they have lived out within their lives that has manifested itself in their body. When it comes down to a person who has HIV, that person more than likely believes that they are receiving this as a form of punishment. And a lot of times when it comes down to the church, a lot of us believe that when we are there in the church that God comes to punish us, that we don't have, belief in knowing that God is actually there to have grace upon us and that we should have grace upon ourselves. Also, a person who has HIV or carry the HIV virus has this subconscious understanding and knowing that they're isolated from their family and that their family doesn't believe that they can be healed. When it comes down to breast cancer, we've been taught, and I know I've been taught in the church, that your body doesn't belong to you, your body belongs to Christ. But that goes against the natural understanding of who we are as individuals. We came into this world as ourselves, and when we go out of this world, we're leaving as ourselves. Our spouses and the people that we've given our love to, they can't tell whether or not we're supposed to stay or whether or not we can live. When it's time for us to go, it's time for us to go. But what people don't understand is the belief of giving your body away. Like, I give myself away. When we think about those songs are programmed in our mind. And the reality is that they magnetize themselves in our body as a condition, an illness, a disease. And that is the stem of, and that stems itself as into breast cancer. Breast cancer is a reflection that the woman doesn't feel that her body belongs to her. Her body actually belongs to her husband. And that's one of the things that have been treated or been stated in the church itself. When you marry, your body doesn't belong to you, it belongs to your husband. When it comes down to prostate cancer, and these are just examples, when it comes down to prostate cancer, a man who believes that it's cheaper to keep her, that he would lose more by letting her go, that thought in itself reflects and reacts in your body as a form of prostate cancer. When you feel like you have to overcome, when you believe within yourself that you have to fight for your right to be, that you have to move forward and you can't move forward without obstacles, that belief is associated to high blood pressure. That Heart disease is one of the number one diseases that does not allow people to live longer. When it comes down to diabetes, the belief is that people are supposed to walk all over you. People are supposed to take from you. This also is the belief that is associated to fibromyalgia, PCOS. And this is just to name a few. These come from the traditions that we understand and that we have been programmed to accept and to sing about within our churches. And it creates these mental anomalies that forms itself in our body. I'm sharing this because I strongly agree with a lot of the statements that Jasmine has said, and it's one of the things that we share on this page, that there's so much more when it comes down to just reading the Bible or the Quran or any other religious thought process or books. Read them for what they are, but use your critical thinking and understand and start to ask the questions why and dive deeper. Not only do you need to do this for you, but when you do this, you are doing it for the family that comes after you, the generations that come after you, especially if you deem yourself to be a generational curse breaker. I'm here to help. I'm just one resource. And if you're interested, all you have to do is comment more, and I can help you, guide you to the beginning of your new. And in order for you to have the life that you desire and to have it more abundantly, the way that Christ intended.